Hey guys, it's Maymay, and as promised today I'm bringing you one more video to show you another way to get this pop-out arm in case you did not want to do the full sheet I've been teaching all week. I'll leave links to everything so you can go catch up. There is a video tutorial showing you how to do this with a full sheet of 8.5 by 11, so I'll show you that. But today I'm going to show you how to make this panel only, this little piece through here only, and glue it into your card base just in case that's an easier option for you. Okay, so here we go. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to need a piece of cardstock that measures 8.5 by 3. Okay, so that's what this one is, 8.5 by 3. We're going to score it in a couple of places. The first place is 2 3/4. So we're just going to score right down at 2 3/4. The second place is 5 3/4. Super easy, right? Then I'm going to turn it to what's called the short side, because this is the 3-inch side in our scoreboard, and I'm going to score it at 1.5. That's it. So 1.5, 2 3/4, 5 3/4, all the score marks. Now, because I learned my lesson the first time, I'm going to pin these marks in so you can see them. Just because I know it's hard to see on camera when we make score lines, so I'm just going to pin these in so you'll know exactly where they are. So that's the score lines we're going to make. Now, I'm going to do it on my scoreboard, okay? But if you don't have a scoreboard, you can totally do this with just a ruler and a pen top or in your trimmer, that sort of thing. You can do it that way as well. Here's what we're going to do. Do you see that I have this mark down the middle of my Martha Stewart board? This is on the 6-inch mark. I took a marker and I colored that line. That's so I could use it to line up places kind of floating in the middle when I'm not up at the top at the little stopper. So I've lined one of those score marks up with the other score mark here at the bottom to do a diagonal score, right? So I'm just going to score this diagonally across the middle from one score mark to the other. Again, you will not need these pin marks when you're doing this in person because you'll be able to see your score marks to do that. But if you need them for practice, go ahead. All right, now then we're going to do the same thing. Line up one score mark with the other score mark on the same line so we can diagonal crease it. Perfect. Now this middle score line is going to fold up, so I'm just going to go ahead and crease it, just like so, okay? These guys are going to fold in, so I'm just going to grab and fold on that crease, just like so, and then I'm going to fold on this crease, just like so. Super simple, okay? Now then, these guys come forward, these edges, I'm going to squeeze them together, and we end up with this sort of little house looking piece. See that? Now you'll notice that this one I did not trim any of the little edges here. I didn't come in and do that angled cut, but if you want to get rid of some bulk, you can certainly come in here and do a little angle, and this will take a little bit of that bulk out. This also works well if you're going to duplicate the snowman card and you want him to have little arms or what have you. Play with this and make it yours. And there's 100,000 videos. There's not 100,000, but there's a lot. There's a lot of videos out there where people do this in all different ways. And I just think that this is another simple way to do it. All right, so now we've got this little piece. And now let me show you how to insert it into a card. So this is my card base, which is a standard A2 size card base. It's 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5.5. I'm going to go ahead and crease it down. I haven't creased it yet. Just like so. And then open this guy up. But you will lay this in just like you would any other piece, but you're going to glue it into place right here. So I want to show you. You're going to glue, put some glue on that little triangle piece, on your little rooftop, have it centered, and close it down and catch it. Okay? Then I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to glue the little triangle piece at the top, just like so, and then catch it. Now this is probably the easiest method, so if you don't want to do all the cutting and scoring that the other method does, watch what this does. Now it pops out for you just the same, just like the other card does, and you can mount your little banner piece across here. I hope that makes sense. Let's mount the banner piece. So for that little strip piece in the middle, I'm going to use a piece that's 3 inches by 11 inches, okay? The first thing I'm going to do is fold it in half. Now I have the score marks on my blog for this if you want to use your scoreboard and make these marks for yourself to get you started. But I'm just going to kind of do what I call the cheater method and just do it this way. So I folded it in half. I'm going to open it back up, and this time I'm going to fold this edge to the center, I'm just going to lay that in the middle there. Now, if you have cardstock that can crease or leave some uneven or wobbly edges, like this one's pretty good about leaving some wobbly edges, you may want to use your score tool and do the scoring that is in the blog post, but I'm just doing this by hand really quick. So now I'm bringing the other side over to the middle and lining it up, and then pressing down and creasing. Now when I pick this up, I'm going to fold it in the middle, crease it again, just like that. And now this piece is ready to go in that little mechanism we made. Now when you put this in, remember, and this is all in that first tutorial video, you glue the top of one and the bottom of another. So you stay in this section on one and this section on the other. So what I do is I place this in the middle of the card, okay, and it hides that mechanism underneath. Then I fold one piece back and put glue at the top. And then stick that guy into place. Then I fold the other piece back and put glue at the bottom and stick that guy into place. So you can see our center mechanism is hidden. Everything is folded and creased like it should be. Let me give that just a second to dry really well. So the first time you fold it, you may need to work these little guys into the fold, okay? You may need to kind of tell them where you want them to go. But once you get that done, watch this. It'll close for you. This is some bulky paper, but it does fold. That is the same way to do it without using a whole sheet. You're just using a strip to make that centerpiece. I hope that helps you guys. That's 2 different ways to do it. Pretty simple. I've got a video on so many of them. I'm just going to make a playlist of these videos so it'll help you if you're looking for how to do it. And then you just decorate this guy to your heart's content, right? Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you guys being patient with me, and I hope this makes it where you can make this card over and over and over again. Talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.